It's time to take a look back at 2016 and rank my top 5 movies. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the Movie Ranker, and today I'm doing another top 5, this time from the year 2016. My top 5 favorite movies from that year, and quite a few honorable mentions that I'll throw in later in the video. We're going to get right into this. Just make sure you like and subscribe, and also drop your top 5 movies from 2016. Would love to hear them. Maybe you'll have a few that I missed, or vice versa. We'll have a great discussion. But yeah, without wasting any more time, let's rank them. So kicking things off at number 5, I'm going with the movie Don't Breathe. And don't bother watching part 2 of this movie because it's pretty garbage. But this original film, I absolutely love. Fede Alvarez knocks it out of the park with this one. Really cool concept of these thieves, these robbers going into a house. And the owner of the house happens to be a war veteran. And he happens to be blind, which is kind of a unique twist on this concept. For starters, I think they do an excellent job at making you care about all these characters, whether we're talking about the robbers or the old man. I mean, they all have dark secrets, but they all also come from places you can kind of understand. You can kind of see where they're coming from. So it makes the viewer have a moral dilemma because you're like, who am I supposed to root for here? And I just think that's really interesting, and not every script can pull that off, but this one does a great job at that. For example, our main lead, Rocky, the girl in this, she is just trying to get enough cash so she can leave her abusive family, take her younger sister with her, and go to California. So there's a reason why she's doing this, to give her sister a better life, and for herself as well. And when you go to the other side of the story, the old man who's blind, it's like, wow, this guy was a war veteran and they're going to go in and rob him, and he's blind. But then you learn he has dark secrets too in his basement, and that's really messed up. Don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it gets really weird and creepy. So far in my lifetime, I've seen 2 horror movies that uses a turkey baster for artificial insemination, and I feel like that's 2 movies too much. This and Seed of Chucky. But yeah, it's just a really creepy movie. The sound design is obviously amazing. Since the old man is blind, he goes by sound. So I feel like they did a good job at mixing the sound engineering in this film. It's thrilling. It's got pretty awesome action when, you know, they're fighting each other off in the house. And it's funny, these robbers go in the house and they end up locked in because there's like no way out once they get in. So that's another whole struggle. So yeah, just a great movie. Stephen Lang plays the blind veteran, and he knocks it out of the park. Such a good performance by him. So I really enjoy this film. Coming up next at number 4, we got Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. A movie that just gets better and better on every rewatch. I really enjoy this, working its way up my Star Wars ranking every time. And it's the best movie that Disney has put out since they own Star Wars now. Yeah, it's just legit. It doesn't, while it obviously references the older movies, it's connected. It's like a prequel to A New Hope. I feel like it's not a cash grab, though. It's not there to just show you Easter eggs of the past and whatnot. While there is Easter eggs and references, obviously, in this movie, since it's a prequel, it's done in a clever way and it's much more subtle than some of these other big cash grab franchise movies are. So I really appreciate it for that. We got a great new group of characters we'd never seen before on here, aside from one. And yeah, they're all, like, you really care for them by the end of this movie, especially by the end when they're on their suicide mission and they don't even realize it. It gets emotional because of the connection you form with these characters, especially Jin, the main lead. And the one character we have seen before is Tarkin, but he's done digitally this time around, and they do a great job at actually, you know, making a CGI version of him. It's pretty convincing for the most part. And at the end of the day, I feel like this movie just elevates A New Hope even more. Every time I'm done watching this, I want to watch A New Hope. It just gets me pumped and excited since this leads right into that film. And the whole scene at the end when Vader is after them, it's like a horror movie. And the door's shutting and he's just slicing everybody up, trying to get the plans that they stole. and it is epic. Absolutely love that. So such a great film. Like I said, easily the best I think that Disney has put out since they bought Star Wars. So yeah, Rogue One, a great entry. Up next at number 3, I'm going with 10 Cloverfield Lane. Not what you would expect from a Cloverfield sequel, because the first movie is like a monster movie, you know, in the vein of like Godzilla or something, you know, destroying the city. This is nothing like that. This is a much more isolated film. It's very tension filled. There is monsters at the very end of the movie, but for the most part, the only monster in this movie is played by John Goodman. Like, humans can be just as bad as the monsters outside, and this movie proves that. I just love the way the story unfolds. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character ends up being taken in by John Goodman after an accident, and you know, then she's trapped in his facility, in his bunker, and he's telling her, you can't go out or you'll die, the air's bad, all this stuff. But I love the mystery behind it. Is he telling the truth? And the story slowly unravels, and we learn more and more, and we learn that he actually has some very dark secrets that he's not telling. And let me tell you, John Goodman, he plays Howard. What a villain, man. Because he's like bipolar at times. There's times where he's being right nice and he'll just snap at any moment, which again adds to the tension in that of the film. And just the way the movie like really emphasizes on his breathing and everything, it just feels like a completely different character than I've ever seen before, especially played by John Goodman. Like a role of a lifetime, if you ask me. He's so good in that role. We also get a dude named Emmett. He's played by John Gallagher Jr., which he will show up later in this video in a different movie of his, but he's great in here too. And like I said, I just like how the movie plays out. You're always questioning, oh, why is this happening? Oh, is John Goodman's character really telling the truth? Is he actually just trying to save them? And it just keeps getting darker and darker until the end. The ending's kind of nice too, where we get a little bit of Cloverfield action when she escapes and there's monsters and everything, and like it gets pretty crazy. But I just absolutely love the isolated setting in this film, and like I said, it's just such a tension-filled ride, and the acting is top notch. And to be honest, anything with Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it, I'm gonna love. And this just so happens to be a really amazing movie that she's in. But yeah, I love her in everything from Final Destination 3 to Scott Pilgrim, you name it. So that obviously helped elevate this film once again. So yeah, I really love this movie. It's not what you expect from Cloverfield, but sometimes that's a good thing. Coming up next at number 2, I'm going with Captain America Civil War. I actually got to catch this one in theaters when it came out. And yeah, obviously I like this movie. It's my number 2. So a lot of great things in this movie. It's basically like an Avengers film more than Captain America. Even though I get why it was a Captain America movie, because it does continue the Bucky Barnes story and his connection and bond with Captain America, obviously Steve Rogers. So I get that, but man, you get like every superhero in here for it not being an Avengers movie. Of course, we get that big build up where they split into 2 teams, Iron Man's team and Captain America's team, and they battle it out at the airport. It's epic, it's fun, it's everything. You even get like the Spider-Man, like this is the first movie with Spider-Man too, so it's a little bit of an origin story in here, but they don't focus on him too much. But yeah, it's just a lot of great action sequences in here, that's for sure. And what causes these heroes to split up into 2 teams, it's the Sokovia Accords, where government wants oversight on everything they're doing because, you know, they're destroying cities and everything. They might be getting rid of the bad guys, but they're doing a lot of damage in the process. A lot of people are getting killed, getting caught in the crossfire and everything. So it makes sense why they want to make these accords. And Tony Stark's agreeing with it and a few of his colleagues, but Captain America ain't having it. He believes that he probably has better insight than what the government does on a lot of these situations, right? And he just doesn't trust them having the full power and authority over them. It's another one of those situations where you understand both sides of the story. No one's really the villain in between the 2 teams, you know? They both have their motives, they both have their beliefs, and that's what makes a great movie when you could root for either side, and there's a good case to be made about either side. I think that's just great. And them throwing an Ant-Man in here and everybody, it's just so fun, especially when they're battling. And Bucky, how you find out he ended up killing Tony Stark's parents is pretty messed up. And it really ties into the story really well too, and it really pisses off Tony Stark too when he finds out, because he's like pretty much on their side, and then that throws him off. And they start fighting again near the end. So it's just really thrilling. It's fun, exciting. It was really awesome to see in theaters. My only little nitpick, and it's not much, is that I felt like the movie plays it a little too safe at times. With all these big battles and all these really powerful superheroes, there's really not a lot of damage done to each other. I get it. I get it. They're not going to be killing each other out here, but I feel like we should have at least gotten one or two sacrifices. It would have made the film hit even harder and realize what they were doing and how they shouldn't be fighting each other. I mean, War Machine gets damaged, he gets injured, but that's about it. Like, I felt like there should have been more there. That's just me personally. But aside from that, top tier Marvel movie, if you ask me. Here's a few honorable mentions that just missed the top 5. Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, The Jungle Book, Deadpool, The Nice Guys, The Conjuring 2. But for me, coming in the first place in 2016 has to be The Belko Experiment. I feel like this is a pretty underrated film, pretty overlooked. A lot of people don't even know it exists. It's basically Battle Royale in an office space. And if that don't sound exciting to you, well, then you have no life. Just kidding. But yeah, this is just right up my alley. It is so awesome. Especially when they're forced to do this battle royale with all the co-workers. And it just makes you think, like, how would this play out at your job and everything? And yeah, this happens in Colombia, I believe, where everything takes place. These are all American workers transferred to this facility, and they don't have a clue what's going on, right? They all end up in the building. It gets locked down, and then a voice on the intercom starts telling them they have to kill each other, or they'll start killing them off at random. And yeah, man, it's just so good. I love showing how the division of the co-workers work, like how they end up in groups, how some of them end up resorting to their survival instincts and like wanting to kill just to make sure they survive and everything. It gets pretty nuts. And I think there's like 80 of the workers in this building, so there's a lot of bodies to count, that's for sure, and a lot of different values and a lot of different personalities going on. They all have like these chips in their head. They were told they were implanted just in case they got kidnapped in Colombia, that they could find them because it happens often. But really, that was a detonation device that they could blow up their head basically if they don't follow the rules. So, oh my God, there's just so many things that they have to watch out for. When they're on the roof, they threaten them that they'll kill them. Everything that they try, if they get caught, whoever's on the intercom is threatening them. And it's like, oh, if you do that, I'll kill 20 people in the building, So the stakes are always so high. And yeah, it's just once the people start falling apart, breaking up into groups and start attacking each other, that's when the movie gets so good. And they're like trying to break into the armory to get the weapons in the building, and it gets pretty intense. And this was that other movie where John Gallagher Jr. stars in. He's in 10 Cloverfield Lane and in this movie, and both of those movies made my top 5 of the year, which is pretty damn crazy. But there's a lot of other good actors in here. Michael Rooker is another big one. My favorite is John C. McGinley. He's from Scrubs, the crazy doctor. He plays Wendell in here, and he's one of the guys who really snaps and goes crazy when shit goes down. And before the movie starts, he's already like shown to be like a pervert and a stalker and like really creeping out one of the girls in the office. So there's something wrong with that guy right from the start, and he just gets worse as the movie goes along. So many good things to say about this movie. I don't know where to end, where to start and where to end. But yeah, I love the music. There's certain times where they turn on the radio in this movie, and obviously they're in Colombia, so it's in Spanish or whatever language they speak. I think it's Spanish. And a lot of the American songs are playing, but in Spanish. I thought that was really cool. Nice touch to the film. One of them being California Dreamin', and they're like lining people up and killing them while that's playing. So it's pretty damn intense. And one big reason why I think this movie works for me is because it was written and produced by James Gunn. He was going to actually direct it himself too, but he got busy, I think during Guardians of the Galaxy or whatnot. That's obviously why Sean Gunn's in the movie, and he plays a really funny stoner character in here who happens to survive quite a long time. So that's a whole lot of fun watching him. And yeah, I can really tell that James Gunn wrote this because he always does a great job with a big cast and getting you to know all these characters and see where they're coming from in that and really root for them. James Gunn has that covered. So it's just a phenomenal movie. It gets batshit crazy by the end. They turn up to 11 by the end of the movie. You're never quite sure how things are going to play out or who will survive because they throw you a couple curveballs and twists in here with people dying you thought would survive. So I love that. This movie is so fantastic. Like I said, severely underrated. If you never watched it, please go watch it. I don't want to spoil anything else because I want you to experience this movie like I did. And I've watched this movie over 10 times at this point, and it never gets boring. I throw it on all the time, and I have a great time with it. I have it on Blu-ray, and I suggest you go and do the same. So the Belko Experiment, I feel like we should get more Battle Royale movies. It's weird that we don't get that many. And when we do, they're usually not that good, like Hunger Games and stuff like that. But this one is definitely one of the best ones. So if you want to see Battle Royale mixed with like the movie Office Space, this one's for you. So for me, this one comes in the first place in my ranking. So there you have it, guys. There's my top 5 of 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you drop your top movies of 2016, whether you want to give me a top 5, top 10, whatever you want, down in the comments section. Would love to see it. Hopefully you could have a gem or something down there that I never heard of or never seen, and I can go check it out. And maybe I'll have to update this list. Who knows? But yeah, definitely drop those down below. Like and subscribe to the video so you don't miss out on anything in the future. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thanks for watching.